Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Sagittarius in mid-November 2019. Sagittarius, flipping cards out. There's so many of them. Let's see what it is. Queen of Swords reverse, Three of Cups reverse, Emperor reverse, and the Two of Pentacles reverse, all reversed. Maybe in some cases for you, people are finding out about third-party situations. This is a mess. Whatever this is a mess. Quickly, I'll try and do it really quickly because this is a lot anyway. But I'm entertaining you. I'm indulging you. Yeah. So Queen of Swords in reverse. Someone might be embittered or like really on a rampage involved or pertaining to a third party situation or some type of overindulgence, too much partying with the Three of Cups in reverse. Emperor is maybe somebody losing their shit. It feels like maybe the Queen of Swords and the Emperor might be tag teaming this this third party situation. And the Two of Pentacles is because someone has made an error in their decision making. Maybe they shouldn't have had a third party situation to begin with, or maybe they got caught in a third party situation. And you guys know I don't really go for third party situation, but with those two fired up characters on either side of it, it kind of feels like a little sticky, messy situation. Okay. Anyway, hi Sag, how are you doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Sagittarius, mid-November, year is almost over. Thank God. That's my opinion. I'm like, yes, come on 2020, let's get into it. But you might not feel the same. So hopefully, no matter where you are though, you're feeling good and there's a smile on your face. If not, hopefully this reading will bring you a smile or at least give you some clarity into your life. Now, Sag, I have shuffled off camera. That is your main spread there. I will shuffle on camera now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins. You can check in the description box below for the timestamp if you want to jump ahead. Also down there is the information you need if you want a personal with me, a one-on-one with me. They are pre-recorded and uploaded here on YouTube for you, but if you have any other qualifying questions, go ahead and ask me in the email that's provided there, and I will answer you as soon as possible, okay? And, oh, of course, happy Thanksgiving for those who will be celebrating here in the States or wherever you might be in the world. Hope you have an amazing turkey day. And, yeah, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Do all that fun stuff. That way the channel and the content keeps rolling on through the YouTube algorithm, which is incredibly complex. I watched a video on that the other day, and it's kind of interesting. Anyway, let's get an outcome for Sagittarius in mid-November, please. I want to see Sagittarius's outcome in mid-November. Please show me. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. All right. And let's go ahead and flip everything that came face down for you. No! Maybe not smiles after all, Sag. I'm sorry. I kind of just feel it. But let's figure out for sure if I'm correct, okay? All right, please show me where Sagittarius is in mid-November 2019. Mid-November 2019, please show me where Sagittarius is. Oh, sorry. Happy birthday to you guys who will be celebrating at the end of the month here. I apologize. Continuing, please show me where Sagittarius is in mid-November. Please show me. Thank you, God. Shit. Sagittarius, coming into mid-November. You come in with the Tower card. Oy. Secondary Major Arcana 4. Aries. Some of you might be dealing with an Aries, but you don't have to be. Listen, Sagittarius, I'm sorry. Something's getting blown up in your life. Something is coming down hard and fast. Could be related to that that fall of cards that came out in the pre-shuffle there. I'm not exactly getting that contextually with what's on the board here. I don't feel it, but it could be there. We'll press on and see if it happens. But this Tower indicates that something that you thought was stable or someone else thought was stable secure and safe or dependable is proving to not be, and it's coming across very shockingly. Like this is like a left hook. This is like a sucker punch for someone out there. And for many of you Sagittarius, I don't even think it's you. I think it's someone else around you. Either you are very well aware of why this tower is happening, or you're shocked as well, but the impact is not. Either way, the impact to you, Sagittarius, is less than it is for someone else. So if you know why this tower is showing up in your reading, you might be the person who's responsible, or someone else is responsible, or there's a circumstance that is just like unraveling and you're just kind of like watching it fall. Like you're the first person who saw, oh, that shit's about to fall. And you're just like, I'm going to watch. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to watch. Or in other cases, you're like, oh, if I do this, it's kind of like a Jenga tower. If I pull that one brick, that shit's going to fall. And you pull it. You didn't have to, in some cases. You didn't have to. Well, it was going to fall anyway, because that's why I'm just like, you didn't have to, but I'm like, well, it's the tower. It's going to happen regardless. So if it wasn't that one brick that you wanted to pull, it would have been the next brick. You see what I mean? So eventually, like a Jenga tower, this thing is going to fall down. Some of you are directly responsible. Some of you are just watching something crumble around you, or, you know, either way, Sagittarius, the impact for you actually doesn't feel too tremendous. It doesn't feel too it really feels like you would get it from a secondary or tertiary positioning, even if you're a primary player in the situation. Because again, I feel some of you guys know exactly why this is happening, and you did something, or you said something, or you allowed something to transpire that you knew would create a tower moment, or you knew would be destabilizing to the situation at hand, and you did it anyway. And so you're kind of all, it's like you're ready. It's like, I know this is going to happen, so let me go ahead and do this. Or not even that. I know this fallout is going to hit, so let me prepare myself. Like, you know, like how I said it was a sucker punch to someone. So you know this thing is going to hit like a punch to the face, right? So you go and you grab like your headgear. Like you see like people in like sparring practices and like boxing rings, or like MMA fighters and stuff, where they put on the gloves and the pads and everything. You went and you got your gloves and your pads because you knew this shit was going to hit. Okay? So this, whatever it is, has really, 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 really hit someone else super hard. And you're just like watching them get hit. Now, hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully you're not literally watching someone go through physical harm. God forbid. Hopefully, if you're in a position to help that person, you would have helped them. Or if you're in a position to see them not get physically assaulted, you would have stepped in. I hope to God. But it really feels like, and this is so hard to explain, Sagittarius, but it feels like it's not that you wanted this person to get hit, not get hit, but get hurt or be upset by this tower moment. It's kind of like okay. Okay. Come on, clear that up. Yes. Okay, Sagittarius. What it feels like is you were trying to tell someone something, or reveal something to someone, or express something to someone, you know, say whatever. You had this idea. You had this intention, not an idea. This intention to tell someone something about yourself, something about the situation between you, something about whatever. You wanted to clear the air. You wanted things to be clear. You wanted things to change in a certain way, peacefully. And this feels like someone wasn't getting the hint. Someone resisted, didn't believe you, didn't understand you, just persisted. And because this person persisted with the previous settings, is how they're showing me, the previous settings, everything that was before Sagittarius began to talk to me, or tell me this information, or try to reveal this thing to me, I'm just going to pretend that Sagittarius didn't say any of that stuff. This feels like someone was playing blind, deaf, and dumb in order to sidestep what you were trying to tell them. I was trying to warn you. I was trying to prepare you. I was trying to show you that this is what I feel or this is what I'm thinking. And this person put their fingers in their ears and they're like, la, 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 can't hear you. And so now you're just like, okay, I'm going to have to go another route, which is to yank that Jenga brick out of its place. And now the tower will fall. And then you'll see that's that. And you see what I mean? So in some of your cases, it's kind of like a punishment to this person, but it's indirect. And again, it's like, maybe it's not indirect, but maybe it's like a domino effect. You know, I'm just going to tip the domino over, and then you're going to see through the succession of a situation falling to pieces that you should have listened to me in the first place. They're giving me this something that's very vague, because I feel what we're going to get into specifically, because we're still just talking about the tower. We're about to get into something that's super specific that will not apply to many of you. So I just wanted to kind of give it a more vague or generalized overview, right? You may have tried your best to break bad news to a person gently, and they wouldn't take it. So now you're just like, okay, I'm just going to tell you bluntly. Boom, boom, boom. And that creates the tower moment. You see what I mean? So now on to what's more specific. Listen, Sagittarius. Oh, Lord. This is for some of you. I don't know how many Sagittariuses are in a committed relationship, in a marriage, in a serious relationship, in a on again, off again, something like that. But there is a long-standing relationship or a significant relationship or a relationship that heavily ties you to another person through assets, okay? What am I talking about? 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Again, marriage, long-term commitments, long-time friendships, business partnerships where you have finances and assets tied up in somebody else's finances and assets, shared finances and assets, whatever it is. But in the reverse, dunzo. Let me take that back. Maybe not dunzo, but it's now topsy-turvy because of the tower moment. The tower moment's in the base, and that's where you start. You have some hand in this tower starting. Okay, interesting. They quickly showed me someone setting fire to a place, and the scenario is insurance. Like, I'm going to fake a fire, or, you know, to get an insurance payout. Like, I don't know if that's fiction, because, like, that's something, like, you see in, like, TV shows and movies, right? Occasionally in reality. If it's in your reality, oh my God, go turn yourself in, because that's a crime. But that's what they're showing me, is like someone has gone to drastic measures to get the result that they want. So, and again, that result comes after, in that specific scenario, again, just an example, if this is legit something that has happened, my God, Sagittarius, what is wrong with you? But what I'm seeing is someone may have wanted to divest in a business, like, hey, I want to buy you out, or you buy me out, but you and I can't do business together anymore. And someone is like, la, 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 I can't hear you. Not going to sign those papers that you want me to sign. Not going to turn this over to you. Not going to buy you out, da, 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 da. And they just like ignore. And you're just like persisting, like over months or years. Please, we can't do I don't want to be in this business with you anymore. And this person refused to give you what you want. So you're just like, okay, I'm just going to take matters into my own hands, and I'm going to set fire to the business. And now we have nowhere to show up in the morning. So we're done. Haha, I got what I want. That's what this feels like. You wanted something that someone resisted. They refused to give it to you. And so you resulted to other tactics, Sagittarius. And by the way, it's a general. Flip it if it's the other way around. Don't be offended that I keep saying Sagittarius, because I'm just not going to sit here the entire time and say, or it could be the other person. If you know it's the other person and they did this to you, Sagittarius, boom. Perfect. Now, the 10 of Pentacles, business partnerships, long-term friendships, or long-term commitments in dating or marriages. With the marriages, oh my God, because this is deep. Because the other part of this, with the Ten of Pentacles, I'll just show it to you upright so you can get it, look at it. Look at all the people that are there, and look at the generations of people that are there. I don't care how long you were married. You could have been married for like 5 months. I really don't care. But there's like a deep entanglement of your families in this situation, and that is really making this even nastier. And that may have even been why you had to be so nasty about what you've done. I don't know what you've done in this marriage situation. Oh God, I don't know what you've done. And I don't want to know. Thank you. Get it out of here. I don't want to know. But you know, or the other person knows if they did it to you. This feels like manipulation. This feels like lying in some cases. It feels like all kinds of craziness, right? And I feel like it's in a reaction to the infiltration or the deep intertwining and the deep hold that extended family had on your marriage, or the influence that the extended family had on your partner or had on you. And so, listen, just as an example, because I don't know if this has happened either, but this feels like you have like some crazy like Dateline 2020 type storylines coming out here. This feels like it had to be so drastic, like somebody faked their own death. My God, if you did that, what is this? Sleeping with the enemy? Like, isn't that Julia Roberts movie? She fakes her own death to get away from her abusive husband, and he finds her and he comes to kill her anyway. It's like that. She's like, hey, I don't want you to beat me. I'm tired of being abused. And he's like, oh, darling, I love you so much. Pat! Now shut up and get in the bed so I can rape you through marriage. I think that's what happened in that movie. I saw it when I was like in my teenage years. But anyway, it feels like that. Like, I can't escape this person without faking my own death. So Sagittarius gets like, it's so crazy. It's like, again, something you would see on like primetime news reporting. It's stupid. It's not stupid. It's just like, that's all they keep showing me is extreme measures to break something up, to get away from something, to have something that was already displeasing to one of you at least, to finally come down. I had to go this very drastic, very unbelievable, out of this world way. I couldn't do it any other way. You wouldn't listen. They wouldn't listen to me. They wouldn't reason with me. They weren't compromising. So I had to. This is like, I had to. I keep feeling this need of this feeling and this insistence of I had to. Now, and I think that is coming from either the tone of the relationship you had with this person, whether it be a husband or a wife, whether it be long-term boyfriend, girlfriend, whether it be even a friendship. Like in this day and age, a lot of friendships are toxic. A lot of friendships, people overstep their bounds as your friend. And you're just like, listen, Sally, you need to calm down. We're best friends, but you don't need to be showing up at my door at like 2 a.m., every night crying to me about, it's just like someone became burdensome. Or the tone of the relationship, the weight of the relationship has become burdensome. And it became more complicated if there were more people involved. If you had family members or other friends giving their 2 cents, sharing what advice with what you should do, that became too much. And Sagittarius, under such pressure, I've known a couple of you in my lifetime, okay? Under extreme pressure, Sagittariuses will do the most outlandish shit in order to get away. I do, I guess it's perfect that these crazy schemes are coming into my head about faking deaths and like, insurance fraud, okay? Those are not what, quote unquote, a normal person, or what a person would do under quote unquote normal circumstances. Take the normal off of the person, put it on normal circumstances, right? But it feels like you felt like you had no other choice. Now, what else happens? So you've done this. By the way, this feels done. Like whatever Jenga, block you yanked out, you've done it. The tower is falling. The Jenga tower is falling. The tower in the tarot deck is falling. Everything is, crumbling down. Now, who's this? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You might be dealing with an earth sign, but you don't have to be. No. My initial word was they're pissed. But now I'm feeling it's like angry tears is what they're showing me. Like, oh. Actually, what they're showing me is a man crying, so that's interesting because this is a queen. And in a general reading, the gender of the card really doesn't matter. But what they're showing me is a man crying. And not to say a man can't have, sorrowful tears or sad crying fits, but, in my time, I've seen men cry, and they're usually angry. Like, their fists are like this, and they're like pounding on their legs, or they punch a wall, or they're, it's like that. So that's what they're showing me. They're showing me a man who cries very angrily, maybe punches a wall, maybe, flips a table or throws something across the room because they're so upset and they don't know what to do. This person is inconsolable. I'm going to say that. This person, see, that's where it's coming in. It's like they're sad because the quality of the Queen of Pentacles is a nurturer. So if this is a man, again, it doesn't have to be, but they keep showing me that. If it is a man, he's very sensitive. He's very caring. He is the provider or the nurturer in the family, or the provider or the nurturer in the friendship, the business partnership, whatever. This person takes pride in being a leader, takes pride in being the one who can be depended on, right? That's the qualities of the Queen of Pentacles. But it's met with this rage. This person is inconsolable. And it's weird. This is so complex. And whoever this is for, if you want more, hit me with a personal, because it's like this person, maybe the reason they didn't heed your request or listen to you, Sagittarius, is because they were so busy providing. They were so busy caretaking. They were so busy working. Pentacles here and here. Okay, so this person could have worked a lot, could have been away from home, right? Could have been so deeply invested in your business together that they just, we got a good thing going here, Sagittarius. Why do you want to quit the business? Why do you want to divest? We're turning a profit. I'm working hard. We're meeting new clients. We're about to expand our market, blah, 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 blah. And Sagittarius is just like, I don't want to be here anymore. Just let me go, guy. And this person's just like, no. Stay on. We're going to make so much more money. We're going to be so successful, da, 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 da. This person has been like on a one train track, or just like they're just chugging forward with whatever they're focused on. And so now that basically they were so focused in one area and they didn't listen to you, that they didn't see this coming. And now that you've done this, whatever you've done, however you've done it, when, it doesn't matter. Now that that has happened, they feel like a fool. And they're mad at you, even though maybe they shouldn't be mad at you. Or maybe not to say they shouldn't be mad at you at all, but they seem to have conveniently forgotten that you tried before your crazy stunt, whatever you've done, Sagittarius. They seem to have forgotten that you asked and you pleaded, or you tried your best to say, listen, I want to amicably step away from this situation. I want to amicably wrap this up. I don't want to have any bad blood between us. Let's just, call it a day. Let's shake hands and walk away and try and be friends here. And they paid you no mind. They seem to have forgotten that they chose not to listen to you. And so maybe that's it. It's like this person is just like selective memory, maybe, from this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Again, they're showing me a man crying and being really upset, but it can be a woman. Well, yeah, there they are at the bottom. So 9 of Swords right underneath that. So this is the aftermath. Oh, this is shared. Thank you. This is shared. Because, God, now, Sagittarius, I don't want to presume what your attitude is towards this person, because some of you feel, sympathy for this person. Others of you less so, way less. Okay. So I don't want to assume that all of you hate this person, or you dislike them, or you're, you're over them, or others of you are I don't know. It's a mixed bag. But this energy is shared because what they showed me was this is both of you, and the message that they gave me from you to them is, how does it taste? How do you like it? You know, it's like a taste of, you're giving them a taste of their own medicine or something like that. Or how does it feel? How does it feel now to be the one who's crying at night? How does it feel now to be the one who feels like they're pinned in a corner and you have nowhere to go? How does it feel now to feel like you've lost everything? Man, some of you are a little bit vengeful. Or, I mean, that's kind of what happens when you take a tower moment and you put that power in your own hands. It's usually under the umbrella of revenge, yeah, or seeking some type of justice, or seeking to inflict some type of damage on another person because you have felt damage and hurt inflicted upon you first. You know, redemption, right? So Nine of Swords is shared between the two of you. So this is probably where you used to be. And some of you are still are in this energy a little bit, Sagittarius. I'm not going to lie. For a few of you, it doesn't bring you any pleasure or joy to see this person upset, or to see your family or your friends, you know, catching the brunt of something that you felt you had to do. It doesn't bring you joy. Many, I'll say many of you, it doesn't bring you joy. There's like a small few where you're just like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted, because that person was, you know, awful to me, and they wouldn't allow me to do this, and they weren't listening to me. So some of you are just like reveling in this person's misery. I get it. But a good portion of you is like, I didn't want it to come to this, but if this is the price that needs to be paid, if this is the toll it takes for me to get out of this situation, I am willing for this person to suffer. Wow. Wow. Ay, Dios mío, Sagittarius. What's going on? What is going on with that? Jesus Christ. This is like, ironically, because I randomly do the mids. I don't go in order, as you can see. You're the second sign that I'm going to be uploading, right? And I always let my guides choose the deck for the randoms, right? Or not the randoms, but for the mids, right? So we randomly choose between my plethora of decks, and we chose the happy deck. And this is not a happy reading. So there's something here about someone else's happiness comes at the price of another person's misery, right? In order for me to be happy, that person has to be miserable. In order for me to be miserable, or in order for them to be happy, they had to make me miserable. Something like that. Oh, Christ. Anyway, so before we go to the outcome, the Nine of Swords also talks about insomnia, terrible sleeping, anxiety, melancholy if it's not that severe, but I really feel like somebody is literally spending a lot of time in bed, like totally upset, inconsolable, probably the Queen of Pentacles or more, you know, because if this is a family, going back there quickly, if that's a family, that means there might be kids involved, or parents or grandparents, right? If there are kids, the kids are also upset. Yeah? Oh, Sagittarius, this is freaking messy. Why? Outcome, Ten of Cups in reverse. What did I just say about these dang kids? Look at that. Mom and dad and two little kids. Doesn't have to be a heterosexual couple. You can be two men and two women. You can be poly. It really doesn't matter. But if there are kids involved, they're upset too. As much as you or whoever allows the children to know. I am not a parent. I do not claim to know anything about how to raise children. But if the kids have any semblance, any notion of what's going on, they're upset too. And if you have tried to guard them from it, they know something's up. If they don't know the whole story, they know something's up, and they're upset about it. So if this is about, you know, I haven't said this word at all until now, but if this is about a divorce and it gets back to the children, expect some tears. You might not say that word to them. You might give them the whole mommy and daddy are separating. Mommy's going to move out. Daddy's going to move out. And it's like, how come? Why? Da, da, da. And then it begins, right? So this is a really sad energy shared amongst a group of people. It doesn't have to be family. Again, it could just be friends or business partners. and the joy of a situation is completely drained. What once was copacetic and fond, wonderful memories is what I'm feeling like. It was very warm. What once was warm and inviting is now cold and abandoned. Shit. Cold and abandoned though? Okay. So Sagittarius, you have really, and again, if it's not you and it was the other person, you already know that, go ahead and flip it. But you have really pulled the rug out from under someone's feet. Even your own feet. You know, Sagittarius, I don't put that past you either. And this is not a critique. This is just what I understand of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is one of those signs that will unintentionally cut your nose despite your face. That's not what you intended, but if that comes out, you're like, well, I guess I won't do that again in the future. Like, you learn that way. Like, you learn through your own mistakes. You learn through your faux pas, right? You learn through making bad investments. Or you learn from burning bridges, right? If your actions are irreversible and they end up hurting you as well, you're kind of like, oh, well, I guess I won't have to do that again. Or, well, I've learned a lesson. I will not be doing that again. But look at what it cost you. Cost you your own business, cost you your family, cost you a connection with a friend, whatever. And maybe you were willing to let those things go. Maybe you weren't. Maybe you were hoping like, okay, I'm going to do this, but maybe hopefully afterwards we can still be friends. Maybe afterwards, you know, maybe just going back to that whole crazy scenario of like, you know, insurance fraud with the arson case, right? Maybe you're just like, I'll just set like a small fire and then it'll just take out my business. But maybe like your business catches fire. This is just an example. Again, if this is literally what you're going through, why did you do that? It's illegal. But you might plan to like start this fire so you can get the insurance claim and you can be out of the business, right? But you didn't intend for the fire to get so big, and then it caused damage to like local businesses or a residence nearby, or God forbid, one of the firemen died while he was putting out the fire that you caused. Something like that. It's like the ripple effect of what you've done, you may have underestimated it, and it may have come back to bite you. Or it may have affected other people who had nothing to do with your situation. It's a heavy price to pay for whatever you want to remove yourself from or be released from. God. Interestingly, the overall energy Sagittarius is the Six of Wands. So that's you. Up on that horse, looking smug, looking content, feeling very pleased. And I'm not going to take it away from you because I think that has been in your mind. You want to be feeling better, to feel happy, to feel contented, to feel victorious. Because that's more to the point of the Six of Wands, is victorious. After a battle, after being away in the wars, after being on a long journey, after going through a trial and a tribulation, you come back and you feel victorious. You feel as though you have won something. I don't want to take that away from you, but I do, as the reader, I'm sitting here looking at the price it took to get to that point. Or because that's not even a result. Again, it's the overall energy. So that's what you want. So maybe you've wanted this so badly. It's kind of like that. I want this so badly. And again, I did mention it before. You may have tried other avenues before you went to this drastic decision. So to be so fixated on victory, in some cases freedom, just being on your own not another case, but for some of you, this is about being on your own 2 feet, not having other people have influence or impact in your life. You don't want other people's input. You don't want other people critiquing you. You don't want other people, holding you back. Something like that. And because have been so fixated on that, this is how it had to come out. It has come out and it has hurt other people. But I think you feel okay about it. I'm not here to judge, because I don't know the ins and outs of your situation. And, you know, as the reader, it feels like maybe in some of your cases it didn't have to go that far, but in other of your cases, I might feel the opposite. I might be like, oh yeah, that was the way to go, Sagittarius. I don't know, because I don't know the details, okay? But I feel you, as the overall energy, you feel good about this. Even if you've hurt people that you, at some point, cared about. All right, Sag, that's your reading for mid-November. If you liked it, there's a like button down below. Go ahead and hit it for me. If you want to tell me what this is all about, feel free to share down below in the comments. You guys know I like to read that stuff. Of course, you can share this across your social media platforms. Let other people know you like my channel and you like this message. And of course, you can subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, hitting the notification bell so you can be up to date on all the things that I upload here on the channel. Sag, I'm going to be back very soon with your birthday message on the 22nd or the 23rd, one of those days. So be on the lookout for that. Then, of course, after that, you have your December reading. And then after that, we're going to do a live sometime in the middle of December for you guys. So get your questions ready. In about a month or so, I'm going to go live on the channel. I'll post that on the community page as the date gets closer. And then, of course, you have your mid-Decembers, and you've got the no communications readings coming up. You have a lot of stuff to look forward to here on the channel. So just make sure you're subscribed. That way you can be up to date and on top of all the things, okay? All right, Sag. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I really, really do. Take care.